Om Shanti. Good morning. Today, we are going to take our discussion forward on parenting. Parenting being a very delicate balance. Like our children grow, we also grow as parents. So when we think about their growth, we need to think about our growth also, which is expected, which is invited, which is important. There are sometimes, with the passage of time, once we start take very good care of our children, very good care, saying that taking a holistic care, or we say the ultimate care. And after that, we find somewhere my good care has become imbalanced care. And there, sometimes maybe it has become overcare, or I missed something. And after a good distance of time when it has crossed, we come to know I could not have started this thing pretty earlier. Because with this thing, I am finding a new chapter which is not welcomed in our relations. Parenting being a balance. When we see God as parent, He gives us very important few balances, three of which are very important for us, and three of which God has given us, and fourth, we need to understand by ourselves only. We have brought these balances in 4 points on a slide to you. These balances are, sometimes we feel, okay, I keep this balance, but we have to keep an eye, we have to see it again. Number 1, love and law. In Hindi, there is a saying, prem mein name nahi. There is no law in love. Everything is fair in love and war. No, actually not. Everything is not fair in love. I need to keep law with love. If my love will not be lawful love, then after some time, my love will become attachment. My love will become a sort of blind faith. So when we understand this love and law, there are some disciplines of our life which we need to follow. Like there are some manners, there are some etiquettes, there are some ethics. These are laws of life. In order to make our children educated on these etiquettes and manners, laws, sometimes just because of love, we start giving some discount in that. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Bacha hai. It's okay. He is still young. It's okay. He is innocent. It's okay. It will take time to understand. This relaxation of time sometimes cost a lot. So our love should be a lawful love. Love means that care which makes you capable. Love means the canopy which gives you security. Real security is making the person efficient to safeguard themselves. So, whenever I am loving my child, just be careful. Am I violating some manners, etiquettes, just in order to love my child? So that thing is important. Next is care and respect. When we talk about this eternal drama, we know that Every soul in this drama is an actor. Yes, by this role in this birth, I am parent, I am mother or father for this child. So I have to give, according to my role, I have to give good care to this child. But remember, this child is an actor also. So there should be respect of that actor in this big drama. Because if I'm not able to give this big drama maximum potential, means the maximum respect to this drama, I may not be able to actually give that same respect to our children. Now, what type of respect? This you need not to use very respectful language or very structured conversation with your children. It's not. It's not. Children need that family environment. Children appreciate that open, unstructured life also. But inside my mind, I need to give respect to each actor, because every actor has came on this earth with their own destiny, with their own future, with their own capacities. I can give my children good care. At the same time, I understand they are going to build their own life. I can only support their life. If I see the diagram of their life, I can only overlap a portion of their life. The whole portion of their life, they have to decide, they have to travel, and they have to bear the effects of their own decisions. If I think in order to give good care, I keep deciding for my children, then be ready to receive blames from your children. Because if you keep deciding for them, they don't know how to take decisions. So till you are available, they will blame for their journey. And when you are not available, they will blame again to you that they don't know how to make decisions. So the respect of actor, suggestions are always allowed, but dominance or ownership is not allowed. So it's a very delicate balance of care and respect. Being careful, sometimes giving a lot of care, a lot of love. We think that I own this person. We think that although this person is part of I have given birth to this person, that's very right. But you haven't given a birth to the soul. Soul is eternal. You don't know the soul, how it was connected to you in previous birth. So, in order to give good care, we should not feel that dominance of ownership. Yes, love of belongingness is always welcomed, but dominance of ownership will lead blames in your life. So think about this balance again. And third important balance is freedom and control. Usually, we try to control our children. It is almost like a car driving. We keep a balance between accelerator and brake. Why? Because if I will not give freedom to my children, they'll not grow. They will leave, they will feel, or they will remain behind in the race of this new generation. And if I will not control my children, they will not understand the values of ethics or value of family or maybe something else. So control is also important, but I need to understand where to control and where to set free. Usually, being a parent, this is very common that we generally think what parenting I received from my parents was correct, and how much freedom I received plus 10% of more freedom is absolute for you, is adequate for you, for my children. And then we always compare my story with my children's story. My parenting with my parents' parenting. We forget that we all are unique. We forget that maybe my child is special, more special than me. Maybe I could be a better parent than my parents. Maybe I need to think for a new idea. Maybe I need some more, because the time has changed, world is changing. Freedom doesn't mean allowing everything, or control doesn't mean stopping everything. Freedom means making the person capable to think, to decide, and to work. And control means being ready to share the results of their decision, being ready to share the failures, being ready to push them for their success. This is control. Just controlling my children's desire or just controlling their actions. Rather, control says educating my children about right and wrong. Control says participating and understanding their right now requirements. Control says showing from my life. This is control. I remember, I'll come back to this slide again. It is not parenting or parenting, what should I say? I don't know. Respected Dadi Prakash Maniji, who was our administrative head for such a long time. Maybe you can say she is our spiritual parent in some extent. Control me doesn't mean that every time I stop that person. Dadiji, we were very young. We were almost 6 or 7 generations away from Dadiji. And Dadiji was supposed to take our training classes. She used to meet us every day. I'm talking 16 years back stories. She was around 90 that time, and we were very young. And Dadiji never said, never ever she said us, or she forced us. All other sisters, maybe they were all other our teachers, they used to say that you have to read, we have our attendance or so, come in classroom on time. She never said. But the only thing she did, she used to come to the class before time. And she used to sit on the stage before time. And with that feeling of shame to enter in classroom while Dadiji is sitting on the stage, we used to keep ourselves punctual. That sometimes, I have seen this thing in my life also. I was a coordinator for one of children classes. These children were of class 6th, and these children were, they used to come to our ashram, and we have a 3 hours class for them every Friday. So these children, I was not their teacher. I was not taking their classes. I was a coordinator. So the first person to meet them was me. last person to bid them bye is me. And giving introduction to their faculty or everything, I was that person. I remember there was one day when the faculty was taking a lot of time to come. I was sitting and I was explaining, I was just filling the time at that time with children. That faculty already arrived. I didn't see him. He was there side. And children saw him. I didn't. And children were all set. Children were all listening to me. Till the time I was seated, children were seated. As soon as I saw him, I got up. Children automatically got up. Children learn from seeing us. So the best way to control is to show the control. If I control on my tongue, they have to do that. If I control over my sleep, they have to do. If I control over watching the TV or mobile, they will do it. So instead of controlling, show them the control instead of speaking. And the same way, freedom. Freedom is making them so wise that they themselves understand where to control and where to work, where to proceed. So that is freedom. And the last, very important, training and learning. The balance between training and learning. Thanks for this slide. Usually, we take a charge to train our children. They have to get trained. They right from speech to walk to handwriting, everything. We train our children. We become their trainer. But remember, as they are getting a training to become a better citizen, we are also getting a training with them to become a good parent. As soon as they take a birth, as soon as they are my child, there is a parent got birth in me also. So with their capacities, with their growth, my growth is also associated. God, the Almighty. In brahmakumaris, I find God says, you children made me world benefactor. I was surprised with that point. Why we made him world benefactor? Because God is anyway for world. But then God says, because you children live throughout the world, so I am your parent, so I become world benefactor. So it is almost like his attribute, but it is defined through children's positions. What I want to say, as our children grow, as our children develop, as they progress, we feel we take the advantage of being a proud parent. As we are very much concerned about growth of a good child, growth of a good citizen in them, they also want a growth of a parent in us. If I am the same parent grooming a 5-year-old child and a 15-year-old child, 30-year-old son or daughter, 40-year-old son, daughter, then sometimes your parenting is not going in right direction. As the child grows, parent also has to grow. Learning. As I give training to my children, I have to learn to grow this parent inside me also. My child grew to this height, and I am still that same parent with same parameters, with same disciplines with same care or same love, then I may lose laws, I may lose respect, I may lose many things. So as I give trainings, I should learn to grow this parent inside. There is a positive training to parent also. These are few ideas which we wanted to share with you about parenting. Leaving all these things aside, there is a child in us also. Being parent in this role is okay, but we all are eternal children, eternal child of God. So today we'll remember God as our parent, as our mother and father, as the one who is taking care, who is giving respect, who is giving love, and yet he is making us to learn laws also. So thinking about it and reflecting our different incidents of life, we'll meditate for some time. Thank you. Sit straight. Feel relaxed. Breathe deeply. Now relax your breathing. Visualize you are a tiny point of light in the middle of your forehead. You are a soul. Feel yourself as a soul, a tiny star. I, the soul, child of God. God is another beautiful star, radiating his love and peace. Visualize God right in front of you. A very beautiful, small star, but very, very bright, brilliant, enormously radiating peace and love. He is my father, mother. Knowingly or unknowingly, I was always connected with him throughout my life. Remember those days where you find it was very difficult time of your life. You remembered God a lot, but still it took a lot of time to cross those bad days. Now remember how many things you learned during those days. How mature your personality became by crossing through those challenges. Those days were painful, yet they trained you to what you are now. Visualize God in front of you. Receive his light in you. God's love is eternal, is pious. God's care makes us wise. and capable. This is God's love, that I gain victory over bad days. God is with me. We have a permanent, unshakable relation. I am a beautiful, tiny light. I'm a soul. God is infinite source of light. He is supreme soul. I am his child. Now keep this visualization on in your mind, always. Om Shanti.